Hey, Darold Gleason here. We are on Lake Cumberland for the Toyota Series Championship. This is the second year in a row we've been here. Last year, I think we were here late October, so we're a little bit later this year, and it's cold and gonna get colder. Super, super cold. Cold front coming in tomorrow, but with that said, $200,000 on the line this week for first place, plus a $30,000 Phoenix bonus, I believe, if you're in a Phoenix boat. So, I happen to be in a Phoenix boat, so I'm fishing for a big check this week. That's always super exciting, especially here we are in December. It's not many times us anglers get to be out here fishing for a check that size, much less in December. So it would be an awesome way to start Christmas early. So last year, I believe it took around 15 or 16 a day to win, something like that. So I would expect the weight to be similar. So far, through about a day and a half of practice for me, I have not seen that. I have not caught a bunch of fish yet, but Cumberland does have some very nice ones. So I've caught several in the 3-pound class, and I think if I can get 5 of those a day on game day, that'll get me right where I need to be to have a shot going in the last day. So quick lay of the lake is really big. It fishes really big. It reminds me of maybe like a Lake of the Ozarks or Table Rock. It's really, really long, tons of fingers, coves, arms. You got bluff walls, you got pea gravel points, you got backwater flats with largemouth. And speaking of that, smallmouth, I think will win. Largemouth and spots will play though. Spots have to be 12 inches, although they do get pretty good size in here, get up to 3 pounds or so. And then like the kicker largemouth is always gonna be the wild card. So the key baits here this week on Lake Cumberland, you're gonna see a lot of what you saw if you followed last year's coverage. We're gonna be throwing wigglewort, spro rock collars, those kind of medium diving crankbaits, crawfish patterns. The Ned rig's gonna play, the drop shot, and anytime you're at Lake Cumberland, always like a mini jig's gonna work. So for me, I'm using a V&M like skipping jig, like a 1/2 ounce, and we're just pitching it around docks, pitching it around rocks. It's just anything crawfish oriented, I believe, as far as the jig's gonna go, is definitely gonna play and might win the tournament. So let's see.
What's up guys, Lane Olson here. We're at Lake Cumberland for the Toyota Series Championship. You know, this week we're fishing for $200,000, and it's a big deal. You know, if you have a Phoenix boat, it's an extra 35 grand, and it's gonna be a good week. It's gonna be tough though. I mean, a lot of guys are complaining about the bite being tough and not getting very many bites. You know, I've got some bites, but again, it's tough. I'm throwing a jig and a crankbait, drop shot a little bit too. It's probably gonna take roughly, I'd say 43, 44 pounds to win. Probably about the same as it is last year, you know. Andrew Upshaw won last year, and he was flipping a jig to bluff walls, and you know, that bite's still there, and a lot of people are throwing the rock crawler, still there too, but we'll see what happens. You know, people are gonna switch it up, and someone's gonna catch them, so.
Hey guys, my name's Preston Harris. I qualified through the Eastern Division here on Lake Cumberland. It's going to be an interesting event. The weather, I think, is going to play a big factor in it. It's supposed to get really cold. I don't know how that's going to really affect the fish, but yesterday I put in at Burnside, so I fished the other end of the lake. It's a little dirtier water than it is here. I'm on the south end now. The water's real clear. I think the fish are pretty deep for the most part, and I think it's going to be a mainly smallmouth event. I think that the winning bag is going to have primarily smallmouth each day, but you know, it's not to say you couldn't mix in some largemouth, but I think the smallmouth is what most guys are going to focus on. So you know, it's a 60-mile run, but a lot of guys are going to make the run to here, just focusing on those smallmouth. I think this is predominantly where the smallmouth are. And as far as what I think it's going to take to win, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 pounds a day. I think 45 pounds will get you real close, just from what I'm seeing. It may take a little more if they really bite. Not like I said, the weather's going to play a huge part of that. So.